The podcast you are about to listen to is one of the many podcasts that is part of the College Huddle, the largest fan-led college sports podcast community on the internet. Fan-made, fan-driven, and fan-fueled. The College Huddle.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free!
Okay, next question.
I'm a horse football coach right now.
You know, it got shoved up, shoved it up. It got shoved, right?
All right, folks. Welcome in, Spartans fans, to episode 44 of the Spartans Savants podcast, the one and only Michigan State representative for the College Huddle. It's, of course, your boy Willy, joined by my two esteemed colleagues, Nicky and Trav, out in Dallas. Nicky, how you holding up, buddy?
You know, Winston, I'm angry. My college football team is bad, and I'm mad about it, and I don't care who knows.
I'm right there with you. I am right there with you, Travis. I have a feeling you're feeling similarly.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself, and that's a very good microcosm for 2024 overall. So,
yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've been trying to think about how I'm going to go about this episode. When I was thinking about it yesterday, I was like, I'm just going to go. I was just seeing red. I was going to go off on everybody. I'm going to try and be a little more nuanced with my opinions today. We've got a lot to get into. We'll recap the Illinois disaster. We will preview the upcoming game versus Purdue. Of course, we'll have Miss The Vis. We'll maybe sprinkle in some brief basketball talk throughout the episode, and we'll talk about the game that's going on right now versus Stanford. MSU, strong finish the first half there to take the lead. And then we'll do the picks, obviously. The Lions, obviously, we'll get a little Lions talk in. They just keep doing their thing. They keep relieving us of our Michigan State stresses with some great victories. I mean, that was an absolute beatdown on Sunday. I mean, it was never close.
Yeah. I was sitting at a bar, and my friend's girlfriend was just like, why are they still playing?
Like, you look down at your phone and they score. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs. Like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. Walk back. Oh, it's 21-7 now. Okay, or 21-3. Okay, cool. Like, we just are so dominant. It's so cool.
I think they had 7 possessions and they scored on all of them except for the last one, which was a kneel down. It was like touchdown, field goal, kneel down. It's the sequence. I mean, obviously Jacksonville's not good. I think that the Lions probably just put a nail in Doug Peterson's coffin, but I mean, that's what you should do versus bad teams. I mean, I feel like even last year's Lions team doesn't win that game like that. And that's the third time they scored. Well, they almost scored 50 on the Cowboys. Basically, the third time they scored 50 points this year. I mean, they're just running through teams. So, Anzalone, a tough loss, but I mean, 6 to 8 weeks, should be back by the playoff time. I think we can feel pretty confident, knock on wood, the Lions will be in the playoffs. Really will just come down to what that seed looks like. Just stay healthy and keep on keeping on. But let's get into the disaster that was this past weekend at Illinois. Travis, I'll start with you. I kind of want this a little differently. I want to go thoughts on the game, analysis, and then at the end I want to check in just key takeaways from the game, kind of a state of the union, where this program's at right now for all of us. And then I want to talk about Jonathan Smith and get into some of his comments from this week at his press conference. But Trav, we'll start with you. From your eyes did you think? Obviously, there was a lot that went wrong, but what stuck out to you?
Oh, man, it's just absolute disaster on both lines. We couldn't stop the run, period, and we couldn't get any protection for Childs at all. And that was extremely evident in the second half. We cut it in, we cut it to whatever it was, 5 points or whatever, and couldn't score. And a lot of that had to do with not being able to run the plays. And at the end of the at the end of the I don't even want to say at the end of the game, but like it was near the end of the game when we needed to pick up that fourth down and we're stuck with a 4th and 34. You don't have a call in your playbook, a play in your playbook that's going to pick that up ever. So and we really needed it, and obviously we didn't get it, and that was kind of a pretty good representative of how we played in that game. So yeah, very, very big disappointment. Shot to the bowl hopes, all that.
Yep, no question. I'm right there with you, Nicky.
Yeah, I mean, we looked horrible. What do you want to say? Like, we looked like we just sat down and died. I mean, I guess the offense looked decent at the beginning of the game. It's the first quarter. It was fine. It looks like it might be a shootout. But then that Nick, just like what happens every game, that Nick Marsh flag happened, and you could just see the body language of the team. Like, yep, okay, we won. Like, it just felt like everybody knew, well, we're not going to win this game after that. We definitely could have still won. I mean, on the game left, it wasn't that far off. But I don't know if the team. I don't want to say the team quit, but like it looked like some players may have.
Yeah,
it just looked so like lifeless. Like you're just thinking Jonathan Smith's head. Like, what is he thinking? Is he like, oh man, these guys suck? Like, whoa! I didn't realize MSU fans were actually going to care this year. Like, I thought he made it clear that, like, I don't know what he was thinking. I'm sure he's going to right the ship, but like, I mean, we're not making a bowl. I would be shocked if we make a bowl. Like, it's just, and like, how could he watch that and just like not be disgusted? Like, it was just horrible.
Yeah.
Putrid, despicable. Okay, what the hell, Kohler? Despicable.
Yeah, that was bad. like Kohler's 3 that he just shot. That was a perfect summary of the game. Yeah.
No turnovers from Tiles though.
No turnovers. Period. No turnovers.
We did not force any turnovers either.
Maybe bring the turnovers back if that means we're gonna.
I was trying to steer clear of accusing anybody of quitting, but since we went there, yeah, it kind of looked. It did not look like many people were trying at certain points.
Yeah, I'm going to spin it a little bit differently. I'm going to spin it in a nicer way. I think it's a team that doesn't have a lot of depth and is just out of steam. Did the word quitting come to mind? Yes, it did. I'm trying to be, like I said, I'm trying to be a
little more positive than that.
Trying to be positive, nuanced.
Quitting's a tough word.
Yeah, I don't want to. But these guys, they're playing for money, and I do expect a little more. It does kind of, at times, it really did look like we've kind of just decided the fate of this season. Like, can't go 8-4, can't go 9-3. So now we're just gonna kind of ride it out. Some numbers that I thought jumped out at me. Penalties, 7 for 73 yards, which is not terrible, but some of them were pretty timely. Illinois only had 3 penalties for 20 yards. The total yards, MSU had 343, Illinois 369. Time of possession, 28 and a half minutes for Michigan. Yep, 28 minutes for Michigan State, 31 and a half minutes for Illinois. So just on that alone, the game should have been much closer than it was. The execution on our end was obviously not good at all.
I was going to say, hey, talk about third down.
Yeah,
2 for 15.
2 for 15. Terrible. That was my next spot. Next note. 2 for 15 on third down. That's just over 10%. That's terrible. That you're never going to win games doing that. We didn't force any turnovers. We didn't get a sack again. That's 6 games in a row without a sack. Nick and I were talking before you got on, Trav. I think someone said that no team has gone 5 games in a row without a sack since like 2004 or something.
I think they said it was 05 was the last time we did it. Yeah.
So it was the last team any team did it. Now I wonder what 6 games is.
It was the last time a team in FBS did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trav,
has a team ever done 6?
Terrible. Terrible. Trav, you talked about the offensive line. Terrible performance from them. And I will get into a little bit more of that later.
It was bad line play on both sides.
Yeah,
both,
I mean,
even the D-line didn't show up this time. Yeah.
No protection, but even worse, Lynch Adams, 8 rushes for 26 yards. Nate Carter, 6 rushes for 19 yards. Aiden Childs is our leading rusher with 12 rushes for 40 yards. And I love using the Childs in the running game, but he should not be the leading rusher.
No. If your quarterback's your leading rusher, you have a problem unless you're running the option.
Yep. And then
it's like an invisible wall in a video game. Like they go 1 yard, just bing. Like you just see them line up. Oh, cool. We're going to get a yard. Great. Like,
Yep. Really not good. And then defensively, I mean, Altmaier didn't light it up, but he had 3 passing TDs. The receiver, Bryant, had 4 receptions for 135 yards. And their running back had
3 touchdowns.
9 carries, 61 yards, 3 TDs. He averaged 6.8 yards a carry, had 3 TDs. Really just a tough game. And Illinois is one of those teams that, I know that every now and then they're going to have a good season. I think Bielema is a fine coach. I think he's a good fit for them. But Michigan State should not be losing games to Illinois in a down year, in a good year, in any year. One thing I also wanted to talk about and get your guys' thoughts, the clock management at the end of the first half was horrifying. Illinois had 3rd and something. We had all 3 timeouts, and we didn't use any of them. And then the clock's down to 20 seconds, and we just took a knee. I mean, we were down like a score, or maybe a 2 scores, a field goal and a touchdown. I don't know why you wouldn't use your timeouts there. There was like a minute and a half left. It was like a ton of time to get the ball back and make something happen. To not use a timeout was absolutely absurd. And if you guys have any different thoughts on that.
I think it is very indicative on the fact that Jonathan Smith just doesn't trust the team. He's like, yeah, why would I trust you guys to do anything besides not make a huge mistake in like a 2-minute drill? Like, I know there's there was like 30 seconds left. Like the Michigan game, it was basically the same situation. We got to try to turn it over. They got a field goal that swung the game. Like, obviously, you should trust your team, but I just feel like he doesn't, and probably for good reason.
Yeah.
I get
that's a good point. Yeah.
In the Michigan game, we were winning, though. I think there's a safer outlook to have. I mean, in this situation, we could have I think you could have had the ball with like a minute left. Down, I think it was 9 points. If you give the ball back to Illinois, they get a field goal. We're down 12 points. We're still down 2 scores. I really think it was low risk at that time. I think it was really, really poor. Really one of the few coaching mistakes I feel that Jonathan Smith has made. Michigan comes to mind. I thought there was a couple, but that one I thought was glaring on Saturday at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you in theory on that, but I also think Nick makes a great point about where our offense is at this point. They're not one of those offenses that's guaranteed to move the ball down there. And even with as big of a leg as Kim has for the field goal, obviously you want the touchdown, but if you have to settle for a field goal, I don't even know if they're going to be able to get to that point right now.
I just think if you're losing, it's got to be a little bit different of a mindset.
Yeah.
You're 100% right on the mindset. It's just the execution isn't there.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess he definitely trusts the team at some point because, I mean, we did 2 4th down conversions in one drive, and that was awesome. Man, this team, they'll do some good stuff. Like they'll do some good stuff, but do a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Trav, another thing before I go on to get into like takeaways for where this team is at and where they're going moving forward. I think we talked a little bit about being quitting or out of steam. The slow start. I mean, Illinois had 3 first half touchdowns. We missed an extra point. We only scored 9 points in the first half. And then the fourth quarter, when we got it within a score, we just couldn't finish. I mean, Illinois scored.
Yeah, we folded
14 straight points and totally folded.
That's
so
the concerning part to me was. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, and I just want to get kind of a check-in on you guys. Like, is there any takeaways you have of where this team is at? What's needed moving forward? Because I've got a few, but Trav, will start with you.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about what we need going forward, as in like past this year.
Yeah, I mean, like what's
yeah. I mean, you got to beef up that offensive line. It looks terrible. They've had 2 good games this year, and with the skill that we think we have around it, you need something. You need some help there. And I guess I don't know what to make of the defense, because there's so many times where we've been like, okay, they're playing great. This is really cool. This is really cool. And then there were times in this game it was like, and a couple other games, like, what the hell are we doing? Like, do we even have the personnel to match up with these guys and all that? And you shouldn't be saying that against Illinois. Right. So, in terms of, I think, I don't know. I go back and forth on our running back situation, whether we need to bring somebody in over there, and whether that's even going to make a difference at this point. And then, but in terms of this season, I'm always going to hope that we're going to make a bowl game, but I'm not feeling very confident about it right now. I feel like we could probably beat Purdue. Rutgers is not so great right now.
Yeah, certainly no gimmies with this team at this point. Nick, what about you? Any takeaways?
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Smith's big thing he preached this year was we got to be playing our best ball in November. Well, we just played our worst game. So we played our 2 worst games in November.
Yep.
So, like, that's his thing. He wants to be a developmental program. Like, get the guys development. I know we're injuries, out of steam, some younger guys with their first reps, but like, you have to get better throughout the year. I'm not out on Jonathan Smith or anything. It just sucks. Like it just sucks because next year we'll hopefully be better for the last 3 years. And it's just like, it feels like we're in the same spot. Again, I know we're going to use the portal aggressively. I'm pretty confident in that.
We're going to have to. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're going to have to for our offensive line. We simply need more and better players on the offensive line. Like, we have so many injuries. Yep. We just need more players. Like, hopefully, I mean,
a deeper group overall. Yeah.
These guys, they have a good resume, the coaches. So, but I mean, Big Ten is tougher than the Pac-12 or Pac. Yeah, it was Pac-12 then. Like,
Pac-2.
Got to get better players. Recruiting is horrifying. But I'm not even concerned by that right now. We have so many more things to worry about than recruiting.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that right now.
Yeah. I think everything you guys said is right. A couple things from me. Looking at this team, I think the injuries are proving to have being an issue. Specifically to the O-line and secondary. I talked a little bit about it earlier. It's a team that it didn't have a ton of depth to begin with, and now the depth is really becoming an issue because they just looks like they're out of steam. Slow starts, poor finishes. It's really I think the injuries have been an issue. O-line, you both mentioned, it's obviously a huge weakness. I think that's one of the tougher positions to get through the portal. I just think that's a position that you have to develop your way into your system. I think they'll obviously have to go to the portal. But, moving forward, I really think that needs to be an area of focus in terms of recruiting and development, because I think that if anything, this year should be a learning lesson that transfer portal is not going to be an answer to all the problems. I mean, we got some pretty good players in the transfer portal to plug and play. Some of them will be able to develop and turn into Michigan State football players, but it's kind of what we've been doing in the past. Going to the portal to address keep spots is not really a recipe for success, especially on the offensive line. In a position that takes so much to develop, they're bigger guys to develop late. It just has to be a focus moving forward, because you can see when you don't have a good offensive line, you're not going to have a good season.
Yeah.
And when you do have a good offensive line, that can mask a lot of things. You could go 8-4 with a really good offensive line, but maybe an okay quarterback. Right now we have a quarterback that I think is going to be pretty good, but a terrible offensive line, and you can see where that's taking us. Another thing, I think we're going to be more patient with the rebuild than we thought. I think this is going to look more like what it did with Oregon State than we were hoping. Hopefully, it doesn't take 6 to 7 years, but I don't think that we're going to get this thing turned around right away. Just looking at where we're at and the trajectory that we're on, the one thing I'm trying not to do is take 2 years of built-up anger from the Mel Tucker era and also transfer that to built-up anger from Jonathan Smith. Those 2 years were not his fault. It's not his fault that we were bad the last 2 years. It's, he's only responsible for this year. So I'm trying to separate that a little bit, but it's definitely difficult because we're starving for success and we're not getting it. Jonathan Smith talked a little bit about that. I was happy to hear him say that, he's not up there asking for patience. He's not a patient person. So he understands that this thing needs to get turned around and the hunger for success on the fan base for sure. Talked about recruiting. I talked about that. No gimmies for this team. I talked about that. But yeah, I mean, it's not good. I mean, it's tough to lose a game to Illinois. It's just that was a tough one to swallow for sure.
Yeah.
I want to
second game in a row I didn't finish watching. I just turned it off.
Yeah. No, honestly, you're better for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I want to pose a question. Would you rather make a bowl and lose or miss a bowl?
Make a bowl and lose.
I'm right there with you.
I agree.
Get the extra practices.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
You can't miss a bowl 3 years in a row.
Yeah, no. Exactly. With the number of years in a row that we've missed a bowl game, getting to a bowl game is a huge step.
I agree.
No matter how meaningless they are these days.
Yeah.
And we're going to play a MAC team in Detroit if we win the next 2 games. So I really would. It would be really annoying to lose to like Toledo or Eastern Michigan. That would be
oh God, Jason Candle, Chris
Creighton,
look out!
Jason Candle,
revenge.
Look out. My God, if Jason Candle gets us,
I told you.
This game has gotten a lot closer.
Oh shit!
It sure has.
Knock it down.
Miss it. I'm ahead of you guys.
Fiddler. Oh, let me tell you something. Brother, you got to hit the rim.
All right, on to Purdue.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, it's Friday night. Michigan State's going to host the 1-9 Purdue Boilermakers. I really don't have too much here. You know what?
Yeah, I didn't even begin to prep. I was like, oh, these guys suck.
They're 1-9 when we're only favored by 13.5 points.
I think Fox wants its schedule back.
Yeah, you just have to win this game. I mean, come on, man. But there's no gimmies with this team. Like I said, there's no expectation to me that they're gonna win. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Illinois only beat Purdue by 1 in overtime. So
this is going to sound like a silly question. Do you think if they lose, there will be Jonathan Smith hot seat?
No.
Jonathan Smith. There shouldn't be. Yeah. If we were going to lose and we were going to be 0-10 at that point, then sure. But
right. I mean, he's going to be the coach.
0-11, yeah.
I think he's going to be the coach for at least 3 years, regardless of how things go.
Yeah.
All right, matchup predictor does have an 81% chance that Michigan State will win, so that's a plus.
Holy shit!
Oh wow, that's really good.
Shit.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised when I saw that. Their quarterback is not good. He only has 8 TDs,
yeah.
5 interceptions. They're really. And their running back, their running back has more rushing yards than any of our running backs. Maccabee. 652 yards on 115 carries. So we're going to have to stop the run. which we couldn't do versus Illinois. I'm very interested to see how the team comes out this week. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like they just have to come and play. I cannot do this body language, acting like it's over kind of thing. But Trav, I'll send it to you. Any thoughts on Purdue?
Yeah. One thing I was going to say is they don't have a good defense. They give up a lot of yards. It's like 454 yards a game. So
okay.
hopefully 454 yards, almost 39 points per game. Hopefully that we're able to take advantage of that, but neither one of us score. We average 19 a game and they average 17. So it could either be really low scoring or we somehow find the offense against a really shitty defense and blow them out, which would be great.
I mean, the offense does need a get right game for sure. Some confidence, because it's an offense that looks like it has no confidence right now. I mean, I don't speak for you two. I certainly don't have much confidence in it. But Nicky, any thoughts from you?
Look, if we lose this game, we're the worst team in the Big Ten. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You can't lose. You can't be the worst team in the Big Ten. There's 18 teams. That's really bad. You can't lose to a 1-9 team. If Purdue, I am honestly kind of scared because people are saying that like they're going to fire their coach if they lose like this game. They play Indiana, like one game that they can win, and they can go in and punch a team in the mouth. It's us. This is their last opportunity to realistically win. Like you got to think they have some pride too. And I mean, this team looks like, oh my God, like these guys we looked so dead last week. Like, I mean, like looked like freaking Jimmy Carter. Passing a balance. Like, that's what I mean. Like, come on.
Yeah. No, I think you're hit the Marsh penalty seemed to be the turning point because we came out, scored on a big play, things were moving, and then we got the penalty. It's like everyone just went dead silent on it, like after that. So
I just remember seeing like the faces of the players on the bench, and even the announcers were like a bunch of dejected faces, and like I could just tell, like, well, this game's done. Like, we're not winning this game.
Yeah, and that's what I don't have patience for. I can have patience with changing.
It was like the second quarter.
Yeah. In a game that was very much still winnable.
In 2021, we were down 14 or 16 at halftime against number 6 Michigan, and we won. Yeah. We just don't have that drive anymore.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Some of these guys are on that team.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, and that's where I think a lot of my frustration is coming from. Is that you just can't, especially now that they're getting paid. Like, you can't have players quitting like this. This is this is the shit you saw last year, and like Lord knows what we went through last year. This team has not gone through any of that.
Last year they got a pass for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they looked the players on the bench looked like Malik Carr being told you have to show up on time.
Yeah. It's
like,
a sad state of affairs.
Show up on time this year? I didn't sign up for that. What the?
Let me go hit the portal. Yeah.
It's tough because I don't think any of us thought we were going to go, 10-2 or even 9-3. I think we thought at one point there was a chance after we beat Iowa, but to see some of the results we're getting is certainly tough. But hopefully they can end the skid and get right versus Purdue. But like I said, I don't really have too much. I mean, it's a bad team. Michigan State needs to go out and win the game. Any parting thoughts on Purdue?
I will be very, very upset if we lose. This is pretty much all I got. They suck.
Yeah,
there are. I mean, obviously, we have to make we have to win the game. Come on.
For the fan base, a little bit of juice.
Something. They got to show me something.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a snap.
A pulse.
Yeah.
Give me a sack.
For God's sakes, please.
Give me a sack for the love of God.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
really, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
You guys want to talk about this basketball game or get into Miss The Vis, let the game play out a little more? Or how do you want to do this?
Let's let the game play out a little because
that's probably smart.
it's a 7-point game right now. And
There's about half the second half left.
there's about 11 minutes left. What we say right now is going to reflect like nothing about what we're going to feel in like 5 minutes. So
Very fair. Very fair. Okay. Then cue the music.
Cue the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Miss The Vis.
All right. So I was saying, can I get a sack one time, please? So for today's Miss The Vis, we are doing.
It's gonna be hard. I already know. Yeah.
We are doing top 10 career sack leaders in Michigan State history.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This one is not going to be easy, but I'm going to give you the years they played.
I'm going to flunk.
And the amount of sacks. So we're going to start with number 10. He played 5 years, 2017 through 2021, with 16 sacks.
17 to 21.
17 through 21.
I feel like the years aren't lining up here. Hold on.
It's a lot of years, yeah. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Defensive lineman?
Believe so.
All right. 2017, 2021. 16.
Defensive end.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Do you have a brother that played for us?
He does have a brother. He actually has multiple brothers who've played for us.
Does that help at all?
No, it doesn't. I don't have it. This is gonna be so fucking hard.
Jacob.
Oh, Panashuk. Yeah. That's a
right.
tough one. That's a real tough one. Okay.
If you think that's a tough one.
Oh, dude, I've already told you I'm gonna get fucked by this list.
Number 9, 16.5 sacks in his career. Played 2007, 8, 9, and 10.
Linebacker.
7, 8. No, those years don't line up. Linebacker 2007, 8.
He played in the NFL.
Greg Jones.
That's right.
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah.
All right. This guy, 19.5 sacks. Played in the golden era, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013.
He played all 4 years. He was there 4 years. Yes. That's what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
And the last year was 2013.
Yep.
That you said?
Rose Bowl. He was drafted in 2014.
He was drafted in 2014.
He's undrafted in 2014. He was
undrafted in 2014. Okay.
Also a linebacker.
Also a linebacker. Oh, I feel like was it Bulla?
No.
Okay. That was I could have guessed. Yeah, that was my other guess. I was between the two of them, and I was like, which one of the? I don't know.
All right,
yeah, I was between the two of them, but yeah.
Number 7, 22 career sacks. Played 1997, 1998, 1999.
Oh boy.
Played in the NFL.
I don't even know if these are the right years. Julian Peterson.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Robari Smith.
Oh, yeah.
These next
NFL legend. Yeah. This is gonna be rough. This shouldn't even get published, honestly.
Oh,
hey, I mean,
it
you've
wouldn't be
gotten
worth doing
you
it
got
if you
more
got
right than
all
everybody
right.
who's gotten sacked in the past six
That's
games.
true.
So.
That is true.
Number
There's a couple
5
more.
is a tie. 2 players, both with 24 sacks. Player A played 1982, 1983, 1984, 1985. And the other player played 86, 87, 88, and 89.
This is 5th place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez, I have absolutely no clue.
One of them shares the same first name as you.
That was going to be my clue.
Well, that doesn't help. Shit. I mean, the only name that comes to mind that would be even close to those years is Percy Snow, and that's probably wrong.
It is Travis Davis and Kelly Quinn.
I've never heard of
those people in my entire life.
Nope.
Number 4, 25 sacks. Played in 1998 and 1999.
Have I said his name already?
Linebacker. You have said his name.
Okay, so it was Julian Peterson.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, last 3. Tie for second with 26 sacks. Player A played 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015 and was a linebacker.
Are you going into the
defensive
second
end? Defensive end.
Player B was a defensive end, 2017, 18, and 19.
Okay.
You got
what were the? Yeah, I think so. What were the years in the first one though? Again,
12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. So was it Shlee Calhoun?
That is correct.
And I believe the other one would be Willy Kiss.
Hey,
that is correct.
Yeah.
Which Willikis?
Kenny.
That's right.
Not Charles.
All right. And number 1, he had 33 sacks, which is crazy. He played defensive end / defensive tackle. Good old number 76. Played in 1975, 76, and 77.
Jesus Christ.
Come on. Who wouldn't know this? He died in 1987. What the hell? Oh my God. He died when he was 30?
He died 6 years before I was born. Cool. Is it a name I should actually know?
I do.
Okay.
Played for the Cowboys. Oh my God. In 1986, he was jailed on charges of assaulting his wife and stealing his mother's life savings of $64,000.
Wow.
I know who this is, and I can't think of the name. God damn it. Oh, man. I've heard this story before, and I can't think of his name.
This I was not expecting. Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
In 1985, he pled guilty to setting 3 fires in Mount Rainier National Park in Paradise, Washington.
Good God.
He was ordered to pay $1,000 to the park. Okay, that's actually not that bad of a punishment. I
can't remember his name.
Oh
I've heard this shit before though.
All right,
he got
give
killed.
it to him.
It's Larry Bethia.
Yeah, that was never going to come up with that. Yeah.
This Miss The Vis took a dark turn. Jesus.
Kidding.
I already started out dark. I said it was going
to take a darker turn after that result.
I didn't realize we were going to talk about. So in a final incident on April 23rd, 1987, police were called by an unidentified source who said the former football player had robbed 2 convenience stores. Betha was later found in a friend's backyard with self-inflicted gunshot wound to his right temple, and a .38 caliber automatic pistol near his body. He was taken to Hampton General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 2:08 a.m.
Wow.
Okay.
That did take a dark turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wow.
Okay, this basketball
game is
within
not
that
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I might not be able to talk about this one until next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So let's cue the music on the picks.
Cue the music on the picks. Okay.
Cue it up.
Incoming.
Alrighty. A tough week for the group last week. Nicky led the week with a 7-8 record. I've just behind with 6-9. Travis with his everyone's gonna have one bad week. I had a 3-win week. Travis went 4-11. That puts the standings at Nicky at 87 and 88 total. Willy it's 86 and 89. Travis at 84 and 91. So still very close. The rankings that I have, I wrote these at lunch, so the rankings that I have are not the most updated rankings from
tonight. They've only been out like an hour.
Yeah. So the first game I have, number 11 Ole Miss travels to the Swamp to take on the Florida Gators, coming off a big win against the LSU Tigers. LSU favored in this one by 10.5.
I think you meant Ole Miss.
That's what I said.
You said LSU. Yeah.
Florida lost to LSU. They're playing
Florida. Yeah.
Florida
Going
beat LSU, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah. I got burned last week by not picking Florida, but I think Ole Miss is heading in a different direction than the LSU team is. So I will take Ole Miss.
I will also take Old Mississippi.
I am going to take Ole Miss as well. All right. Travis's 14th ranked SMU Mustangs are traveling to Virginia to take on the Cavaliers. SMU looking to keep their ACC championship hopes and playoff hopes alive. Favored in this one by 9.5.
Yeah, I know nothing about Virginia, so I'm just going to go with what I know. SMU. Pony up.
Yeah, I'll go SMU here.
I will go with the Ponies as well. Okay, number 3, Texas travels to Kentucky to take on the Wildcats. Longhorns are favored in this one by 20.5.
Kentucky's played some teams real close, so I think Texas survives, but I don't think they cover.
That's what I was going to say as well. So I'm going to go Kentucky.
You know what? I'll take the other side here. I'll go with the Longhorns. All right, number 4 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions hit the road to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Penn State coming in as a 12.5-point favorite here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Penn State. I don't have enough faith in Minnesota these days.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know the James Franklin special: beat up on the bad teams, fall against the good teams. Coward.
Yeah,
I'd rather be where we are right now than be like Penn State.
I
don't know about that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm going to go with Penn State too. Minnesota's not having a bad year, but I think Nick hit the nail on the head. Penn State loves to beat up on these bad teams. I don't think 12.5 is enough points. Okay. BYU no longer ranked 6. Obviously, I think that they're 12
they're
14. Or 10, 14.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, they're 12, I think. Yeah, they dropped a lot. That's all.
Yeah, they are traveling to Arizona State to take on the Sun Devils, led by former Michigan State quarterback. Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Sam Leavitt.
Sam Leavitt. That's exactly right. Arizona State favored in this one by 3.
Yeah, I'll go with the favorites. Forks up.
Hey, Arizona State's pretty good. Leavitt's having a good year. Good for him. I'm happy for him.
Arizona State, that's your pick?
Yes.
Okay. I will take BYU to bounce back here. Hopefully keep it close and cover the spread. Okay, Colorado. I I don't know what they're ranked now, but they were 17th. They are traveling to Kansas to take on the Jayhawks. Kansas starting to find their stride a little bit. Some big wins. Colorado favored on the road here by 2.5.
Yeah, I'll take Colorado on that one. I don't see Jayhawks stopping Travis Hunter and what he does.
I'll go Kansas. Why not? I feel like I've picked with Travis on every single one.
Yeah, you pretty much have.
You picked Kansas
I
last
won't blame
week.
you for that one. Yeah,
they got you some. They showed up for you last week. I'm gonna go Colorado. They seem to be finding their stride. I think Kansas.
it's a dangerous team right now.
Yeah. Okay. Over the ACC, the Pitt Panthers traveling to Louisville to take on the 19th ranked Louisville Cardinals. Louisville favoring this one by 8.5.
I'll take Pitt.
I will take the Louisville Cardinals.
I'm going to go with Pitt to cover as well with Travis. Okay. 24th ranked Army Knights will take on the 8th ranked, who I think now are 6th, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. This is going to be played at Yankee Stadium, so neutral site. Notre Dame favored here by 14.5.
Yeah, the last time Notre Dame played a military academy, I got burned by going for the upset. So I'm going to go Notre Dame.
I'm going to go Army because I don't hate freedom like Travis Tyler.
I literally just explained why I was making my pick.
I'm going to wave the flag as well. I'm going to go with Army to cover the spread. Okay. Washington State, coming off a tough loss, takes on the other former Pac-12 team, Oregon State, in Corvallis. Washington State favored here by 12.5.
Yeah, that's a weird line to me, but I'll go with the Cougars.
Yeah, same. Oregon State, bad.
Yeah, been really unimpressed by them. I will go with Washington State as well. Okay, Alabama, they're in the top 10 somewhere. They are traveling to Oklahoma to take on the Sooners. Alabama favored by 14.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oklahoma has no offense. Can't score, so Alabama's got a huge advantage.
Nicky?
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma's horrible, so I'm going to go Alabama. Who knows? Maybe David Stone will enter the portal and return home here.
I will go.
Nice pull.
I will go with the Crimson Tide as well. Okay, 15th ranked Texas A&M, favored by 2.5 as they travel to Auburn.
Yeah, I'll go Aggies. It's a tough road victory, but I don't have a lot of faith in Peyton Thorne these days. So
that's an interesting line. You know what?
It's a hard place to play.
Let's give Peyton Thorne one more before he retires.
You giving him a mistake? Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
That is a sketchy line. I'm going to go with the Aggies, though. All right. Northwestern Wildcats travel to the House of Horror in Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. The Wolverines favored by 11.
Oh, my God. Maryland beat a team by 70 points.
They can't be playing anybody very good. I didn't see what team it was. I will go Wildcats just because of my policy. I hate it, but I gotta do it.
It would be so funny if Northwestern beat Michigan. That would be awesome, but Michigan.
I'm gonna go with Michigan as well. That's I don't really know who to pick in that game.
Yeah, that's a tough pick for you.
I don't like either team. Okay, Lions -7.5 at Colts.
Oh, forward down the field, Lions all day.
Yeah, come on.
All right, the second best game of the weekend. The number 5 Indiana Hoosiers traveling to Columbus to take on the second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. This one will be, I believe it's noon on Fox, the big noon kickoff game. Ohio State favored by 13.5 against the Hoosiers.
I'm going to get bold and say the Hoosiers cover.
I think I've watched this game in 2017, Michigan State, Ohio State. I think I've also watched it in 2021, 2022, 2023. I think I watched this game in 2010, Alabama versus Michigan State. I think I watched 2015. I'm going to go say Ohio State.
Fair point.
I want to take the Hoosiers. Nicky just swayed me. I'm going to go with Ohio State as well.
Yeah. He almost swayed me to change, but I'm going to stick.
All right. The granddaddy of them all, Friday night, East Lansing. A beautiful night for football.
The worst game ever.
The one we've all been waiting for. The Purdue Boilermakers travel to East Lansing, Michigan to take on the 4-6 Michigan State Spartans. Michigan State favored here by 13.5.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll say Spartans 35, Purdue 20.
Okay. Purdue 21, Spartans 19. No further questions.
Wow. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, I think the offense is going to struggle, but I think they'll get to 30 points, maybe a defensive touchdown. It's going to look ugly early, but I think they'll find some success in the middle of the game. I think Spartans will win 30-13. But that's not a confident pick. I'll say that.
Mm-mm. None of them are at this point.
No, that'll do it for the picks.
I just don't see this team.
I just think Purdue's so bad.
Yeah, that's what's got me. Yeah,
but just not as bad.
If they're gonna get fired up for a game, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. God, I hope they're horrible. I hope we throw no picks. I hope that after that game we blow them out so bad that we're back. Like we're hyped for Rutgers.
As back as you can be at 5-6. Yeah,
that would need to be a big win. You might need to score like 80 points for me to feel like that. This game is not as close as it was when we last spoke.
Yes, there's 4 minutes and 3 seconds left. It is 74.
We're up by 11.
63 Samford. Looks like we're hitting some threes. We're perfect for free throws. 13 for 13.
Pretty damn good.
30% from 3-point land. That's a little better. Aiken's 23 points.
Yeah, I think that 3 from Booker in the first half kind of woke everybody up.
Yeah,
we started playing really well after that.
Richardson 12 points.
Okay, 9-point game, single possession. I mean, we can just watch this thing play out.
It's going to take forever for this thing to play out.
They're going to a commercial right now.
There's going to be a lot of dead noise.
Yeah, okay. Well, if this game ends up in tragedy, maybe we'll hop back on. But for now,
we'll have to save that for another time.
Spartans win.
Next game's in Maui, so
fingers crossed Spartans hold on to this one. Check out the Spartans Avants wherever you get your podcasts. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Check out the College Huddle. But as always, go green. Hopefully we're coming back to you next week after a win and some sacks.
Yes, exactly. Go white.
Go white. Donate to NIL.
Yes.